On. Oh, it's a red one.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Right, today could be potentially quite a bad day for the GTR. I did have quite a few videos lined up for the next few days, but this might all be scuppered. Right, where I work, the company next door to where I work seems to be blowing out some mysterious white dust on a night. Right, I'll roll the clip. Right, this white dust seems to be settling all over our cars. Now, I took the GTR once to work and left it in the front car park on Tuesday night, and it has settled on it, and I didn't notice. On the Wednesday afternoon, it'd been sat in the sun all day and baked on. Now this white dust is like rock. I can't scratch it off, so hopefully I'm going to get it off with water. Our company, luckily, has stepped in and are in talks with the company next door to find out what they've been blowing all over it and what they're going to do about it. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to try it for myself. Also, we're waiting for the postman to turn up, so hopefully if he brings a coil pack for the MR2, we can try and get over the little hesitation issue. It's not a little hesitation issue at all, that's me playing it down. It is terrible. I feel like I'm running to work when I go in it on 3 cylinders, and it's only got 4 anyway. So I'll try and show you. You might have seen videos of the MR2 on the YouTube shorts. It looks okay, but when you actually stand near it and listen to it, this thing is running like a bag of spanners. Now the engine is coming out over winter and we are building a new GTE engine to go in this, but in the meantime I would like this engine to be working when I take it out in case I either want to sell it or break it down and rebuild it again like I'm going to do with the GTE and keep it as a backup engine or whatever. But it needs to be, it's no good as it is. The problem needs to be sorted. So hopefully the coil pack today will sort that because I've changed everything else. But one last item after the coil pack to change, and that's the igniter at 150 quid. So we're going to give it a go. Let's get the water out. I'm going to try and clean this crap off the GTR.
So you can see this powder is literally ingrained, it's hard to come off. So we start wetting the car down, soaking it in, and eventually it breaks down and it rubs off nice and carefully, leaving no permanent damage.
So luckily the mysterious white powder from the tablet making company next to ours is actually coming off. I've soaked it, and that gritty feeling, it's starting to break down and it is coming off. But it's not the point, it's still going to take 3 or 4 hours of my day that I shouldn't have to, people shouldn't be blowing stuff like that out into the atmosphere. But in the meantime, I stop moaning, let's just get on with it, and then I can get on with my other jobs where we need to move forward with the other projects.
So we're on the home run now, this is just the wheels to clean off and then we are done.
Right, like I said, it's just getting quite hot out there now, so we've stopped. The car's nice and clean. Unfortunately, that's probably 2 hours of my life I'm never going to get back, but it's done now. On a down note, the postman hasn't turned up and brought the parts for the MR2, so I can't get on with that, so I have to tolerate this misfiring for a little bit longer, so I might have to go to work and something else tonight. So in the meantime, I'm going to carry this video on for tomorrow, so this is not a goodbye and a finish there, this is only a postpone. I'll see you in the morning.
So curiosity got the better of me with this one. I was adamant there was something wrong with this HT lead, so I removed it, I stripped it down, and I proceeded to try and make some new HT lead from existing parts I had because I just couldn't wait for the postman to deliver the new ones, and consequently I paid the price. Typical for me, I wasn't going to be beat, so I carried on with this. I was adamant that I could make something from all the scrap components I had, so I just kept battling away until I'd figured something that would work, or that kind of resembled a HT lead, I suppose. I wasn't sure that these other ones would turn up in the post for the following morning. I had a go at fitting it. Luckily, first go it fitted. I admit, even though the new ones have turned up in the post box now, and I now know it wasn't the HT lead, I haven't got round to changing them.
Nope. No.
This point realisation kicked in when I checked the plug after it wasn't running, and even with my new HT lead that I'd bodged together, I still had a wet plug.
The next day.
Hi everyone, welcome back, and today we are going to be getting on with Right, sorry, backtrack a minute. Right, today we started off the day, we're doing some servicing on the van, so we didn't really need to see that crap. But we got as far as a fuel filter and the guys have sent us the wrong one, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow. So in the meantime, I've also cured the MR2. That now is running right, and believe it or not, it was a spark plug, itchy nose. It was a spark plug. There was brand new spark plugs, and one has died, so I put an old one back in, and bang, it runs perfect now. So that's just been frustrating because I've been at that for days. Also on the drive now to do, a friend, he's got this Mark V Golf, he's just had it remapped, but today he's here with me because he wants me to do him a favour and fit him a sub, because back in the day when I had hair and I was younger, I used to fit subs and stuff like this around the car park things, and he's got a big sub he wants fitting. So luckily enough he's brought us a proper wiring kit there. So I'm not familiar with the Mark V, so I'll have to have a quick research, see what side the power is run down the car in, because you've got to put the power down the same side as the power, and don't put any RCAs down there, otherwise you get interference. In the meantime, I'm going to get on with this, you don't need to hear me waffling. So basically we're going to fit this DIY kit and then give the car back. Right, so let's go on. And we're looking for a hole in the firewall, which I can see is just at the back there. And then that goes through to the other side, be under there, and we're going to remove these trims on this passenger side, and we're going to run it all the way to the boot, and that's the power cable we're putting in. So after finding that dreaded hole in the firewall, I started pulling the first cable through. This one has got to be the worst one to do. So I used an old coat hanger, bit of tape on there, gradually pulled it through, inch at a time, and then it was through, home and clear, and then we're ready to fit the next cable to it. That bit's all nicely clipped in, that bit can go onto there when we need it, that's onto there positive, this is zip tied to there and there, so it's nice and secure. So we are done in here. Boom. The next thing, like I said, after that one is the other power lead to go in there is technically a power lead, it's a remote wire. So we're going to give it a bit of slack, but we're going to zip tie this to the power lead that we just put in. So as we pull it all through, it should stay nice and tidily together. And with it being only a remote wire, you shouldn't bother about interference coming from the power cable with the field, electrical field or whatever that thing is. But the RCAs, on the other hand, we need to put them down the opposite side of the vehicle. Right, let's get on with this. So when fitting one of these basic cable kits, make sure you check your car first, find out where that power usually exists on one side of the car, make sure you put the power to the same side as that power, and then run your RCAs down the opposite side of the car. So I continued in the rain. That's not the most flattering of pictures I know. All you can see is my bum, but basically I'm pulling that cable through. I start searching for the earth. I found one on this buckle here. This is bolted to chassis, perfect to put the earth on. I know you can't see what I'm doing here, but basically I'm just removing it and clamping the earth on behind it and put it back together again. I'll get my multimeter, £5, 10 quid for most hardware places, and check continuity to the body. Make sure I've got a good ground there. This side's a little easier, we ain't got to go through the firewall because we're only going from the back of the head unit. So I've given it some slack here, look, the slack, ding ding ding. We're going to run it just in the back of these plastics here with a bit of a screwdriver job. I can more or less just pop it underneath, and we're going to run it all the way to the back like... Ooh, what's that? Oh, Aptil, he left 10 pence. Aptil, make a wish. I know it's your money, dude, but wish. Hope you wished. We're going to go back through this, we've got a couple more trims, and hopefully we're just going to suck it around the side of the seats like we did in the last one, just underneath the plastic, and pop out there, and Bob's your uncle, plug it in, and then that's just a couple of wires we've got. Again, after that, not the most flattering of angles or easy to see, but basically I'm just collected up the RCAs, tucking them nicely behind the carpet, then we're done. Right, now that install up to that point, sorry it's getting really windy out here, that up to that point has only taken like realistically about 2 hours, and we've been rained off again, it's like starting to rain. But in the meantime we've got everything, all we need now is Aptil to come along, remove the radio, we need to connect the RCAs, find a permanent ignition live, sorry, for the remote, and connect the power up, and then we're going inside. It's fucking raining. Hi there.
Yeah.
Hi, what time do you start work?
1:30.
Oh, 1:30. What time is it now?
Just gone 12.
Ah, you busy at the moment?
No, I'm not.
Oh, the car's set on fire.
Hey?
What? No, I haven't really. Did you put this head unit in?
Yes.
I need your help to get the remote.
I'll pop round and show you, and I'll help you get it out.
Alright, thank you very much. Right, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Definitely got potential to be a good car here. You need to get this polished up, mate, and get some wheels on that. But other than that, thumbs up.
This is Aptel, owner of the car. You got this mapped?
Yep,
What are you mapped to?
about 165 brake.
Are you going to take me for a go after?
I can do.
Oh, okay. Right, just let it show you apt. So, according to the interweb, your power goes down that side of the car. So, I've run it through your bulkhead, off your battery, and you come to this side. Your remote wires are on that side, which you just need to plug into ignition live on that side. Your RCAs are run down that side of the car, so they don't interfere. So,
Perfect.
just it's up to you.
Yeah, off to work.
DAB aerial, what's that? I haven't got one. Right, so Aptel's kindly whipped this out for us. So looking on the back here, we have loads of RCAs. So we want the subwoofer right and subwoofer left, which is these bottom two here. So we're going to just run that cable that we put at the driver's side up to the back of this, plug them in, and then just go for a little search through this wiring harness with the multimeter and find an ignition live. So while Aptel is flicking it on and off, I can have a little search. Right, key on. Oh, it's a red one. That's the ignition light. That's the ignition light. All right, cool. So all we need to do now is just use one of these funky little things, run the cable up, scotch clip this into the red wire, and then we should have the switch live, and then the sub should turn on as soon as we hit the ignition. Got a power light. Yeah, we've got power light. Yeah, put some music on. And crank it up. Oh yeah! I've been scared. Yeah, but oh my god! That does actually sound pretty cool. So what you got? 170 off?
165 to 170, yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad, that's respectable. What engine's in this?
1.4 TSI.
1.4. It's got 100 and something. Oh Jesus, we're gonna go for it. Do it! I did a video the other day overtaking a tractor on this thing. That one was glamorous as that though, that was pretty cool. Right. That's 60 mile an hour, that's cool. That's all we need. Who needs any more? Yeah, thank you very much for watching. That's a sub installed from an old retro car park guy. Thank you very much. See you again soon. Bye.
I am on a whole nother level. Girl, he only fucked you over cause you let him. Girl, I guess he didn't know any better. Girl, that man didn't show me ever. Do all I can just to show you you're special. Certain it's your love that holds me together. And you say he been killing the vibe.
Yeah, we'll just stop in the middle. You're alright, we can wait, mate. That way or that way. That way or that way, we don't mind. Thank you!